welcome back to the channel. I'm just having a quick look at this really cool software. This is the IR loader that comes with the Boss IR-2 for those of you that are interested in how it works and what is going on with this. So there's a couple of different little sections. The first section up here is where you can choose if you want the amp on and the cab on, or the amp on and the cab off. So here's amp on and cab on, of course. This is how it comes straight out of the box. Here it is with the cab off. Yeah, it's not the best, is it? Right, so, or you can have amp off and cab off, which is just like going direct. With no pedal at all. So we'll leave the amp on and the cab on because that's what it's for. Now I've got my ambience on hall. It comes out of the box with room on. A lot of guys will be using the plate, I reckon. A lot of guys will be using the plate, but it's really top end and bright for me. So, and I always love a good hall reverb. It seems to have a lot more of a top end take it off it compared to the plate. Cool. Now you can also run the return mode. So even though I've got stereo outputs out of here today, you can see right here, you can actually turn the effects loop onto a mono effects loop, or you can have the return as a stereo input if you're running a TRS cable into it, which is awesome. That's where you choose it. I'm running it in stereo because that's how I roll. So when I've got something in the effects loop, you can hear the full ping pong delays and full chorus and that sort of stuff. Right, the next mode is generic and Fender. I don't know what that does. And loopback on and off. I don't know what that does, which is totally fine. Now, in the menu, there's really not much to sort of do except the slot reset. Now, this is going to be really, really important, and I'll show you why. Because in our IR loader over here, we can choose where we put our IRs. So at the moment, I'm on the Fender Twin, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load in a new IR, and I am going to load in one of the God cabs, 1 inch away from the cone. We'll see, have a listen here. Oh, I see it's made a massive difference to the sound. So I'm changing the twin IR because on the pedal here, I'm on the twin setting, okay? So I'll chuck a different one in. What else we got here? Oh, I'll just save this on my desktop. Here is a vintage 30. Celestion vintage 30. Here we go. Then if you think to yourself, oh bugger, I wish I'd saved that original one that was in there, you don't have to worry about it. You can just go back to menu, go to slot reset, select twin. You can select which, I'm using the twin at the moment, just hit reset. And it will just reload the original IR that came with it out of the box. And I've got to say, these IRs that came with it sound bloody fantastic. So alright, so I'll go through that one more time. I'm on the twin. So, if I click on this button, it lets me load in one that I want. At the moment I've got the factory cabinet. Now it's loading in one of my vintage 30s. Beautiful, and if you decide to yourself I don't want it, you can just go back to menu, go down to the slot reset, select twin, and just hit reset. Here it comes. seems a bit bitier and a bit middier, the one that came with the factory. But that vintage 30 was the only one I sort of had sitting on the desktop there that was easy to access. So anyway, here we go, the software. That's the IR loader. I've showed you how to use that. There is all the system settings, the USB settings. I'm not too sure about what that all does, but I won't be using it as a USB interface anyway, so don't worry about that. And then in here we've got the owner's manual, the device setting. You've got what version, I guess that will be for future software updates or that sort of stuff. Maybe they might give us a few different amps or something like that. And then down here is where you can back up all your data. So I can just back it up. Oh, that's going to take a while. Shouldn't have done that. There you go, it's completed now. That took about 2 minutes. I just played Back in Black just while I was here, just mucking around. And then, of course, you can also restore it from that backup as well. So that is the entire app. If you click on that IR-2, absolutely nothing happens. Menu takes you back to there. You've got to actually close out of that one, which is a bit annoying. And the editor and the IR loader just load up automatically as soon as you click on them. So anyway, if you're wondering how the software worked for this bad boy, that is it. I hope you found that useful. Don't worry about overwriting your IRs with separate ones because you can always factory restore them. That's what I was really concerned about. But Boss have been super smart. Of course, I should have known Boss were going to be really smart about it because they're really smart with everything they make. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.